Good morning, fellow option traders. This is Jeff, and welcome to the daily scan for Friday, December 13th, 2013. Not much for announcements today. Producer price index at 8:30. That's the only thing. Yesterday, a shocker was the jobless claims, but it didn't really have all that much effect on the market. They know that there's wild swings, or they're just not paying attention to it. Maybe just more interested in whether Uncle Ben's going to continue printing money or not. I think that is the main thing. At least that's the gist of what I get when I poke around for news articles. Let's take a look at what's going on across the ponds. Over in Asia, we had a mixed day. A little bit of a recovery in some of the exchanges from this week's mostly red readings. We got a couple of greens, but nothing real exciting on the green side, and sort of heavy on the red side, at least the ones that do have red. Okay, it's 6 o'clock, and this popped up. Remember when I mentioned that? So now it's 3.5 hours before market open, and we get this little box here, and here's our futures right here. S&P up 0.32%. Let's just see if that, well, let's look at Europe. Okay, Europe is all green. So there's a slightly bullish day over there. Nothing real exciting from a percent perspective, except for maybe IBEX, the IBEX 35. That's not really an exchange index. I would imagine it's probably something like the S&P 500 only. It's just 35, I guess. Anyway, yeah, nothing real exciting, nothing extremely bullish there. Okay, so Google is going to challenge Intel. Sure, why not? Why don't they start producing presidents? Maybe they could do better on that. Oh, I didn't say that. All right, let's see what else was interesting in here. There's nothing real exciting here for us to look at. All right, so the S&P is up 0.3%. Let's see if that's true. Up 0.3%. Well, yeah, close enough, I guess. That might be delayed. It could be delayed. But we're looking at a bit of a bump on the bullish side for the open this morning. Gold is down to 12.23, and oil is still hanging around 97. Nothing new in the account either. I will tell you that yesterday I looked at the whole A+ list around 3 o'clock, and I came up with some candidates, and then things changed. I took a look. Let's take a look at the ones that at 3 o'clock yesterday afternoon looked promising. Here's Chipotle. This looked promising. They were hooking up green, and I thought, well, I'll just wait till 3:30. I'll come back and look at them. So at 3:30 I came back and looked, and it was red. So, and I don't like this MACD. I'm thinking that this may play a role in a decision process. You can see that as this starts coming down, this line, the actual MACD versus the moving average, the actual MACD is hovering at 0, or at least it looks like it's hovering at 0. This is really, it could be as much as, what do we have here? We have 7. So minus 7 here, minus 4.7 there, but we're seeing just gas running out of it when these two, the moving average and the actual MACD, start to come together. That is sort of an indicator of the momentum coming out of it. It's not negative momentum, it's not positive momentum, it's no momentum. So there are ways to play that, but not for directional trades unless you really want to take a chance. So that is going to end up being a factor. Another one was FedEx that looked promising at 3 o'clock. And yes, both these were green, so it was looking pretty good. And then at 3:30 they were red, so obviously I took a pass. It's same kind of situation here, moving average coming down to 0, and the MACD just not doing much of anything, although the stochastic is still giving us some good ranges here. But that is a range bound indicator, and the MACD is not. So, stochastic can never get lower than 0 or higher than 100, so it's got to play the game within this range here. MACD can go to 1,000, I guess, if it wants to. Don't think I've ever seen that. Maybe in the teens, I think I've seen some stuff, but nothing that drastic. Next one was IWM. So in IWM we actually have a stochastic is green, but the MACD turned red. Took a pass on that. Again, we're seeing this moving average coming down here. I need to reload the studies again because I changed that line color. Here, I changed this line color to whatever color that is, sky blue or whatever, I don't know. Just clears it up a little bit more. Alright, so MACD turned red. It's probably pretty much the same. What do we have here? 0.99, and this one is 0.99. So 0.991, 0.993. So it that should be green, shouldn't it? I don't know what happened there. Okay. Anyway, no play there. Next one was LinkedIn. No, not LinkedIn. 3M. And that one still kind of looks promising. So what I'm doing with this one is, what I'm saying to myself is I'm waiting another day because we have a magenta moving average here. So I would like to see a little bit more of a bigger hook up. To call this a hook is really stretching it, I guess you could say. So that was it for yesterday, and that's there's just nothing else going on out there right now. Hopefully we'll get a little bit of a pop today, and maybe some more candidates will show up. Let's run the scan right now, and we'll bring the charts up over here so we can just go a little bit quicker. We have nothing going on with Apple. AGG, we had an entry here on the negative side. I could have alerted it, but because it's a new one for the portfolio, I wanted to just keep an eye on it for a while before I open anything on this. One more swing. As a matter of fact, I probably could still get in it today. This is only the second day of this, and it is just barely negative. Yeah, just barely negative. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and alert. I mean, you got to get into these things. It's the way that I feel about it. I need to adjust this just a little bit more. Ugh. Ends up back at almost the same place it was anyway. So now I'm thinking, because this is actually the third day of this hook here that rather than wait till the afternoon, I probably will get into this in the morning if the alert goes off and things look like it's promising. Amazon. Here, I played with this yesterday. I just want to let you know that this was a valid entry here on this day. And if you would have got in here, and what I did was I went in here and I did think back, and I got in on the 12th. I believe that that's the 12th. No, that's today. What is this day here? This is 12/6, so I changed this over to 12/6. Come on. And exit on this day, which is the 11th. And you can see that we would have lost $112 on that versus the full 250, and that would have been a good exit because it's not following through to the upside at all. So that was just wanted to illustrate that for you. I'm going to leave that on there for now. Okay, so let's go to Boeing, and I think we might have to start looking at maybe some Iron Condors or something, maybe some double calendars, or yeah, I'm thinking that there may be a correction coming up as I look at some of this stuff. I mean, look at Boeing. This has been a month and a half here, just hanging out here around 132. That's too good looking for me. IV percentile is 23. The IV is around 20. So that could be something to think about on Iron Condor. Let's take a look at Baidu. Baidu's in an uptrend, nothing going on there. Celgene. Let me make a note on BA. Celgene, too crazy right now to think too much about this. This is a nice looking setup, though. A nice looking setup. Chipotle, which we just looked at, still in a setup mode in reality. Costco, nothing going on there from using our strategy. CVX, Chevron, also consolidating, maybe a Iron Condor possibility. AGG, Igor, we call this one Igor. Actually, I almost had a nice setup here to go with a bear call. Didn't quite get itself up there though. FedEx, setting up for a bull put. Gold. Ooh, we have a bear call here setting up. I'm going to alert this. GLD for a bear call. Google. Come on. There we go. Also consolidating. Maybe if I zoom in here just a little bit, might look a little bit better for us. Okay, it's starting to set up for a bull put. IWM, setting up for a bear call or bull put. LinkedIn, we already have a simulated trade on that. MasterCard, nowhere near a setup yet. 3M, still keeping an eye on that one. We will alert that for today. I should use Mark. Well, it doesn't. Bid, ask, who cares? Marvel. Just gonna wrote my note there. Nothing going there. Netflix. And there's a simulated trade that we have set up on this one. That actually, I want to let you know that I closed that in as a simulated trade yesterday at a nickel. So we got $195 off of that one as a simulated trade. Price line, no setup there. Let's go back to SPX, although next week we would be doing SPX PM because expiration is next week. Doesn't matter which one we look at, actually. It's setting up very nicely for a bull put. Tesla, no setup there, and Visa. We were hoping to get in. We had a failure here. We're so glad that we didn't do that. So that's good. So far it's working out. The strategy is working out pretty good. Okay, that's it for today. You know, happy Friday to everybody. Good luck today. Have a great day. And just to let you know, I think we pulled in $100 this week. So I will update the spreadsheet and we'll go over that on Monday. We'll take a look at if we're ever going to recover from last week. Yeah, we'll recover from last week. That's not going to be a problem. All right, so have a good weekend. Happy trading.